Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try something a little ambitious tonight. And I'm going to try to write a library that you could publish to NPM from scratch. Now, I'm cheating a little bit. I've already written this, I've already published it, but I'm going to go through the steps from scratch of how I pretty much did it. So you can take a crack at it, right? Excuse me, allergy season. So, all right, let's dive right into it. So first thing I want to do is I want to npm init -y, make this a repo. Bam, that's it. I'm not going to do, I don't care about licensing stuff right now. You should make license stuff, but I don't care. Who has time for that stuff? Come on. All right, so now I need to do a few things. So, dependencies. I don't really need any dependencies for this one. So what I want to do is I'm going to use TypeScript. All right, all this stuff. I don't need all this stuff. Using TypeScript, I'm using ESBuild. I am going to use rimraf, and I get comments that this isn't big enough for people to see, so I'll make that a little bigger. Wow, that seems awfully big for me on my screen. Okay, so rimraf to clean stuff up. I am going to, if I have time, do testing with Cypress. Let's see, ESLint, ESLint. Oh, come on. Config prettier, so I need prettier too. So I need, so I need some TypeScript stuff here for ESLint. So TypeScript dash ESLint / ESLint plugin. Oh man, if I could spell, this would go so much faster. On the parser. TypeScript ESLint parser. I think that's all I need. I'm gonna need ArcGIS Core, but I'm gonna change it so I can make ArcGIS Core a peer dependency. I'm not gonna want it to actually be a hard dependency. I mean, I'm using Cypress, but maybe I should have gone with Jest. But it's okay, it's okay. I wrote this already with Cypress, so I know it's going to work. And I liked it with Cypress because I didn't have to deal with any mocking or none of that nonsense. It just worked fine for me. Unzipping Cypress, man. Cypress is big. It's a big download. Okay, so I need ArcGIS Core. This will be a just regular dependency, but I'm going to switch it up in a second here. We're going to go ahead. Oh, I need a Git Ignore. Let's see here. So Git Ignore. Let's just go ahead and add a bunch of stuff to that. Okay. So there's our Git Ignore. I need an Npm Ignore. So the Npm Ignore, what do I have an Npm Ignore? Let me double check. Oh, that's right. I don't need the TS config, the coverage, and the ignore. What do I need, people? I'm not gonna bother with the README for this bit here. So let's go ahead and make a source folder. Let's go ahead and what's I'm gonna do? An ESLint RC file, pretty RC file, and I'm using ESBuild, so let's go ahead and make a ESBuild.js file. All right, so I also want to do some stuff in the package JSON here. What I need to do here. Okay, so we're gonna make this. Let's come up here after I think description. Say type. It's gonna be module. All right, so pure ESM library. I won't worry about scripts just yet. Let's get some actual work done here first. So, okay, so pretty RC, I pretty much just want to go ahead and have it do, oh, come on. Single quotes, that's like the only thing I really care about. I don't know. That's kind of a preference up to you, what it is that you want to do. single quotes, double quotes. I just like single most of the time. Oh, I need a Cypress.json. Touch Cypress.json. Okay, so Cypress.json is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm pretty much just turning things off. I don't care about for Cypress, right? So no video, no plugins file, no screenshots, no support file, nothing like that. So just turn all that off. All right. Let's see. Oh, ESNet RC. Okay, so this one we're going to. I'm doing some copy paste here because I don't want to type all this stuff. I want to get to the meat of what I'm actually going to work on. So basically, say I'm going to use the TypeScript ESLint parser, ECMA version 12 source type module, blah blah blah. And then the plugins, the TypeScript ESLint plugin, extends ESLint recommended, and the plugin for TypeScript ESLint and Prettier, right? So that's like how it's going to work. ES2021 will be my environment. Okay, the env, and there, then we're good. We're good to go. Okay. What else am I doing here? Let's go ahead and okay. What did I do? Let's start by writing some tests. All right, and I think, oh, darn it, I need a tsconfig. Okay, so in my tsconfig, what do I want to do here? This tsconfig actually be pretty simple compared to what I normally do, right? So I've got, what's red squiggly for? It doesn't like that. No inputs found. Oh, because I don't have anything yet. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out. Declaration true. I do want the declaration files, the typings to come out, right? ESNext by target, lib ESNext, and DOMs, and I might use some DOM stuff, I forget. Strict true, no plus any, ES module interrupt. Yes, I want that. This, I believe I do for some Cypress testing stuff. I forget. And I'm going to have a lib folder I'm going to output everything to. I'm going to have it output my JavaScript for me, right? So, okay, so I need another folder in here. What's going on? Let me format. Come on, format. Happy? There you go. I think that was... I don't know what it's complaining about. I get these weird complaints sometimes. I don't care. It'll work. I know it'll work. Trust me. I don't know it's going to work. We'll find out. So I need a Cypress folder. And in that Cypress folder, I need an integration folder for my test. And I'm going to touch in that Cypress folder, in the integration folder, I want an index.spec.ts. That's where my unit test is going to live. I also need in the root of the Cypress folder, it's going to need its own tsconfig. And this was a thing I found out by fighting with Cypress at one point, was that the TypeScript in my test needs to be a little different than the stuff for the rest of my app. I need to output to ES 2019, not ESNext. I don't know. Cypress just doesn't. Come on, format document. Cypress just did not like the ESNext configuration I was using for TypeScript. It wanted it to be 2019. So okay. So that's all set. We're good, ready to go. I'm gonna extend the original one, but I just have some different compiler options and the types for Cypress, and we're set. Okay, so now I need to write a test. All right, so what am I gonna do? God, I didn't even talk about what it is I want to make. Right, so let's close others. Add this little reference thing at the top here. So what I want to write is going to be an explode method for geometries. Basically, the idea here being that I want to take a polygon and I want to explode it into polylines and points, right? And then I want to take polylines, or a polyline, and I want to explode it, oh my gosh, into points. And maybe I want to take a multi-point, which is a geometry type which is it's a single geometry type where basically you have a multiple points in a multi-point, right? It's in the name. I don't know what you want me to tell you. And we're going to explode that into points, right? So that's what I want to write. This is what I want to do. So we're going to describe explode geometries. Okay. It will explode a polygon geometry. Okay, so I can't do anything yet because I don't even have a method to do it. But I could go ahead and create the polygon that I expect to explode, right? So I should have got some like I was gonna get some like software thing that I could draw like diagram and stuff like that. I forgot. Oh, I need to import my. Okay, so let's import polygon from ArcGIS Core geometry. Polygon. Okay, so that's what I want the test to do. And I can't do it. I need to have a script tag to run this test to even like get things going, right? So my script tag, I need to put tsconfig is still not happy. I don't know why. What are you complaining about? No inputs were found in config file. So I guess that because I don't have anything here. So let's make a index.ts and see if that stops crying. Probably not. Oh yeah, I did. I don't know, man. You know, whatever. Okay, so my package JSON, I need to have let's get rid of well, I mean, I'm gonna have a test, but it's gonna be my test. Okay, Cypress run is gonna be my test. I want okay. So I'm gonna pull some stuff. I'm gonna do some copy paste magic for you because it's the way I roll, right? And we'll talk about each line of this magic. Bam, look at that. Okay. First, before I get to prepare, we'll talk about my format function here. So basically when I run my build, the first thing I want to do is run the format. The format is going to run prettier. And it's going to go ahead and run the prettier command, ignore path, git ignore, because I don't want to prettierize. Prettierize? Is that? It's a verb. Prettierize the git ignore file, but I do want to write any JavaScript, TypeScript, or JSON files. I want to format all those accordingly, right? So that's what that is going to do. I've also got my lint function here. So I run build, I run npm run lint, and that's going to run ESLint on all my source files. It's going to run in quiet mode, which is like silent, so it's not going to output a bunch of nonsense for me. And I want to fix it. So any errors you find, if you can fix it, just fix it. And I'm guessing that if there's something that can't fix, it's just going to explode up, and I'm gonna cry live on YouTube because my app is just dead at that point, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and rimwrap the lib folder. Remember, that's the output that I had my tsconfig set to output everything to. So I'm gonna get rid of it, and then I'm gonna run the esbuild file, which we'll get to in a second, and then run my types. So first I do esbuild, and that's going to build my app for me. And then run types, and it's going to go ahead and run the emit declaration only, right? And I want to have the out directory be the lib directory, which means that it's going to go ahead and esbuild my app. So it's converted from TypeScript to JavaScript using esbuild to do its thing. And then I want to go ahead and create the declaration, so the typing files for everything. That's what that does. Now, when you are publishing to npm, it's a good idea to have this prepare script, which will run your build for you. Now, technically, I'm only doing this because it's a TypeScript project, right? So I want to get out JavaScript as the output. If your library is pure JavaScript, you're not compiling down from any other language to JavaScript. You're not compiling down from ESM to CommonJS or anything like that. You don't need that prepare step. You don't even need to build. You can just publish your library as is, and you're good to go, which is fine. You don't need to minify a package or a library that you publish to npm. There's no need to. It's going to run in Node. People are going to consume it in projects, and if it's a browser project, you'll get minified that way. You don't need a minified node stuff. It's no point, right? Yeah, it's not the browser. Different world, man. So yeah, that's basically how all this stuff is going to run. So if I run, let's save this. I saved it. Okay. So if I run test, it's going to run Cypress run. First time using Cypress, it's going to it's downloading a driver or some sort, like a Chromium driver. It's going to see that index. I should have a test in there. Okay, verified my Cypress. Okay, so it's good to go. Opening Cypress. Blah 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 blah, and it passed because nothing is happening. All right, this here we go. There's nothing there. Okay, so okay, let's do this. Make some more room here. Okay, so basically what I want to do is I want to create a method that's going to explode a polygon to points. So I need to, of course, have my it's going to import the polygon geometry here. Okay, so I did these types here, which I'll see here. What are the let's just import all. I don't know. That's okay. Let's do this. Let me do I'll create a type explode a bowl is going to be equal to right now just polygon. Bam, like that, right? Okay, so it's an explodable type. It's just an alias in my library I can use when I want to say that what kind of types I can take. So I want to export a function. Does it need to be async? I don't need to be async. It's good. It's cool like this. Called explode, right? Bam. Okay. All right. So let's start working the test here. So I want to import from source and I think so index, right? Point to that, yeah. I want to import the explode method. So explode should say that where's my polygon here? How's this going to work? So basically I want to say that my hold on, I'm lost. Yeah, okay, that's right. This isn't lining up. Okay, I can format this. Format. Bam, okay. Now things are lined up. Okay. I want to say that const lines, because I expect to get lines back, is going to be equal to explode polygon. Now, right away, I get a type error here. So this test won't even pass because TypeScript's not happy. So I can go ahead and say here now I want to take a geometry. A second here. How do I do this? Okay, so this geometry here. And this geometry is going to be a type explodable. Hey, look at that. Did that. Okay, bam, like so. All right, so now this is happy and this is good to go. So now when I explode this, I expect to get how many lines back, right? So what I can do is I can say expect, oh gosh, damn it. Okay, expect lines dot length. I have not typed the return type yet, so this is probably going to be what does it think this is? Void. Okay, so now I need to type the return type. So this is going to be oh geez, let's do any right now just to all right, yeah. You all right? What am I doing? It doesn't like any. It must return. I'll have to return a value. Okay. There. Boom. All right. So I expect lines length to equal. I think this. I don't remember why. I don't remember what these all do. I just use equal. Okay, so now here's the tricky part. Remember when you explode geometries, right? So I have a polygon of rings. How many lines do I want, right? Or how many lines do I expect to get from a polygon like this, right? So this is going to be one line. So this coordinate to this coordinate, no, two coordinates, excuse me, one line, right? Now it's not one and then this coordinate, two. No, you gotta remember the middle one, right? The middle line. So 1, 2. So okay. One line, two lines, 3 lines, right? I expect to get 3 lines back. Bam, like so. If I run this test, it's going to fail because I just returned an empty array, and we're good to go. So, what is it? Red, green refactor, right? So just put 1, 2, 3, like so, and that's a lame way to make it pass, but that's the way you're supposed to do it, right? The whole red, green refactor workflow. But I need to go ahead and tweak it a little bit now. So okay, so refactor, it's passed. Now I refactor, right? So now this needs to be a polyline. So I need to import polyline. Right, so now this is no longer valid. I can't just do that. I need to actually get some lines up in here. So how do we explode this? So here's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to say that, okay, so let's do this like so, just to make it a little happy. Let's go, I'm going to close this for now. Okay, so I want to have a function down here that's only going to be used inside of here. So we'll call these private. So this function is going to be explode Polygon, right? And maybe I'll just have time to get to like the Polygon one and not so much the polylines of points. I'm realizing how long this is all taking for the setup and stuff. I haven't even written the ES build script yet. So okay. So if I explode Polygon, I expect this geometry will be a polygon. Okay, awesome. So now over here, what I can say is I can say that if geometry dot type is equal to polygon, like so. See, I already got IntelliSense because the API is smart. Then I want to go ahead and return explode polygon geometry. And this needs a return type as well, like so. Bam. Oops. So that's valid here, but this is no longer valid. Bam. Okay. So I don't really need. I did it this way because there will be an explode polygon, explode polyline, and explode polyline, and explode multi-point at some point. But for now, I'm just going to do explode polygon. Then this type would have to turn to like a polyline or points as the return type, right? Which isn't that big of a deal. Okay, so how do you explode a polygon now? So, all right, let's do this. I don't know if this is the most efficient way to do it, but this works. It definitely works, I think, most of the time. I can't guarantee this is going to work 100% of the time, but it kind of works for what I'm doing most of the time. Okay. Let's create this const geometries. This is going to be an array of polylines, right? Okay, so I got my geometries, and it's going to be an empty array. Bam, happy. Okay, so what I want to do, first thing I want to do is I need to iterate the rings. So I'm going to do for loops. I'm going to do old-fashioned for loops, and you'll see why in a second. So for that I equals 0, I is going to be less than geometry. Yeah, geometry dot rings, and there's no, I think typing wise, it's not a guarantee that there will be rings. So I'm going to say geometry rings dot length, and I spell it right? Yeah, I less than geometry ring. We'll find out why that's a problem in a second. And then bump up the I there, right? Now, why is this not happy? What did I do wrong? It's a number, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand what the problem is here. Let I equal 0. Oh, no, I don't know. Let I equal 0. Is this a typing issue? This might be a typing issue in the API. Let's see. Hold on here. What? Oh, Jesus. I forgot that. Oh, it's late. I'm sorry, people. I am so sorry. Okay, so we're gonna iterate over here, right? So I got my I now. So I'm over the rings. Now I need to iterate over the next set of rings. So I've hit this array here, right? I need to now iterate over these arrays inside the rings, right? So follow me here, right? Nested arrays inside the ring. So I need to get to the next one now. So for the next one now, I need to say that, actually, let's do this. Let's say const rings. Let's just grab this for sanity's sake. It's going to be equal to rings I, right? So now the first set of rings. Now I can iterate over this set of rings. And, you know, I think it's always, people say J is the next one on the list. I forget why. I remember reading a book at one time that was like, explained why it's like I, J, and then like X and Y and whatever else. Yeah, I can't remember what it is though. Anybody remembers, please let me know why we use like I and J and stuff like that, because I forget. Oh, what did I do? No, not like that. There we go. Okay. All right, now here's where I can do some stuff. So I need a start point. So the start point, the start coordinate, right, is going to be equal to rings J, right? So that's going to be, if you look at what makes a polyline, let's see here. So a polyline is going to comprise of a path. Has a path, right? And a path is another like nested array thing. So it's got a it's paths maybe, I don't know. So it's got you know, x, y here, and then another x, y here. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. I believe so. So you're saying from this point to this point, and if you have another one here, it's another x, y here. So it'd be three vertices. Well, no, yeah, three vertices in the polyline, meaning that you have start, middle, and end, and then, you know, keep adding vertices and stuff like that. So these would be referred to a path, and this is an array of paths, I believe. Hold on, wait. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. So let's go ahead and bring in some stuff here. Is that gonna work? Nope. Hold on. Make this bigger. Make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so if I come over here, let's go to geometry, polyline, and look at paths. Paths, yeah, it's three sets of numbers. So here we go. So yeah, we have, yeah, I was right. So the first array would have like a first path, and if there are more paths, you keep adding paths into an array. So, well, I was kind of right. I wasn't 100% right. Right, so it's a paths array. This would be the first path. This would have a, you know, XY here, and maybe an XY here. So, oops. XY here. So that's my first path, right? So now I have another path. This is going to be way over here. This would be like another section of the array. This is going to have, you know, another coordinate here, and then another coordinate here, kind of thing, right? So it's these nested arrays magic happening here. So okay, so I got my start. Now I need my end array, or the end vertice for this line out of my rings, right? So now I get the end, and that's going to be equal to the rings of j plus 1. So I want the next one in the list. So I got the first one. I need the next one. All right. And then I'll just keep doing that here. Just, yeah, I keep getting those. Now at this point, I need to check that if I have the start and I have end, right? So I will typically start will be valid. Should be, I hope. if my logic and thinking here is right. Start should always be valid in this case. End may not, because I might have hit the end of the list. If I go +1, it's going to be undefined, right? So at this point, end should not be valid, and I'm going to hit this loop here. So now I can go ahead and say that const line is going to be equal to new polyline, and this polyline is going to have a paths. It's going to be an array. That's an array of the start and the end, like so. And then what I want to do is I'm going to take my geometries and push the line into it, right? So I populated that one here. So now here, instead of returning that, I'm going to return geometries, like so, right? Yeah, that's right. Oh, man, I don't know. That's a lot, right? Okay, let's see if that works. Let's run this test. There's a lot of crud in the Cypress output here. I don't need all this stuff. I don't know how to get rid of that. I'm sure there's a flag or something I could do to get rid of all that stuff coming from Cypress, but I don't know. And my test is broken. Something's broken. Oh, come on, you can run. I know you can. You can do it, buddy. Okay, let's come on. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, people. I'm losing hope here. I don't know why it's stuck. That's weird. Not erroring out. It's just stuck. It is probably hitting the polygon here. I'm using the polygon to actually create like a new polygon. The same for, oh, not here, in here. I'm creating a new polygon in here and new polyline and stuff. Remember, we're creating a new polyline, so it's got to do some work. I'm thinking here to do this stuff, so that might be where the issue is coming in. All right, I don't know why that's freaking out. Cancel that. Try it again. Come on. Don't let me down, Cypress. Come on. It heard me talking smack about all this stuff it like outputs, and like that was it. It was like, screw you, I'm going to crash on you now. So I'm going to try this one more time. If it doesn't run in a second, we're just going to move on to the build part. Assume my test passes, because I know this is going to work, right? I've done this before. This logic is sound. I hope. Don't find a bug, please. If you do make an issue, I'll show you the repo, the real repo, and GitHub in a minute. Okay, so we got, all right, let's just let's move on. So I have my test, and I have my code, and now I need to start setting things up, right? So one thing I want to do here is my package JSON. I'm going to change this dependency to a peer dependency. So this means is that when a user of my library installs the library, they're not going to install all this stuff. They won't install ArcGIS Core. It also will not build ArcGIS Core with my app, right? So I'm relying on the user of the library to have their own install of ArcGIS Core, and then when my code here runs and I import Polygon and Polyline, it will come from the user's install of ArcGIS Core and not the one I have. And this will prevent any kind of weird version stuff that can happen. If you have two different versions of the API, if you've never ran this problem before, you can't do it. You can't like load 420 of the API in your app and use a library that's using like 422 with a build of the API in it. You just can't do it. That's why I don't recommend building the API into your libraries like that. And I'll probably cover that in another video somewhere. But I don't know, Cypress is done. It's broken. It's not working. So yeah, so it's a pure dependency. All right, so now let's do a build. So let's write our esbuild.js file, okay? So I want to import esbuild from esbuild. Now, why am I using esbuild? Why am I not using Webpack or Rollup or something like that? I could. It's not a big deal. They both work. Technically, don't even need them. I don't think. I think I could just go ahead and let TypeScript output everything. Yeah, I think I could do that. Wow, I don't need ES build at all. I'm gonna look at something. I'm gonna try something right now. I'm just so depressing. I probably don't even need ES build for this, to tell you the truth. So if I run the build, instead of let's do this. Instead of running this, I'm gonna copy it here. Let's run TSC, like so, right? Let's do npm run build. Let's see what happens. ESRC config files have been deprecated. I don't know, man. Here, it works, right? As far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Yeah. So depressing. So depressing. Well, no, it's not. It's not really. It's outputting to a source directory, right? So I don't want it in a source directory. It doesn't matter. I think it might end up in the source directory anyway. It's possible it will end up in the source directory anyway. All right, so let's try the ES build way. So here's my index.js file, and you know, it's not minified at all. It looks just like you know, the TypeScript part, except without the typings on it. So okay. Let me undo that. Let's put the ES build back in. For fun's sake, right? I just got totally like depressed that I didn't need it. So, all right, so we're gonna use ES build, and we're gonna run the build command on ES build, and this is where we start passing it some stuff, right? So, entry points. So the entry points is gonna be, what am I doing here? Source index.ts. The out directory is going to be the lib folder. Is it out? I'm sorry. It's just outdir, lowercase d. I was doing it like the TypeScript command, uppercase d. Okay. So outdir lib. I mean, there's nothing to bundle here. I don't need to bundle it. I do want source maps though, so let's make source map true. There's nothing to split either. I don't need to do code splitting on this one. I could, but it's not gonna do anything. It's not big enough for it. So format ESM target gonna be ES next. I don't know if that has to be array or not. It didn't tell me, did it? Target string or just an array of strings. I guess. Okay, I'm just so used to using the array here. Now this part here for ES build, TypeScript didn't care. If I just run TypeScript, but for ES build, I need to define the external libraries. So in my case, it's going to be ArcGIS Core is going to be my external library, right? And then I've seen people do this. They add a catch to this, and the catch is just going to exit without doing anything. Exit code 1. All right. Okay. So now let's do the build again. And error. Cannot use external without bundle. So I guess I need to tell it to bundle is true. And do it again. Now I'm doing the declarations, and it should be done. So now if we come in the lib folder, there's our JS file. It looks just like the what we already had, and we have our typings file here. So what I can do here is I can go ahead and say that in my package JSON, when someone installs this and they want to use the typings file, I can say, where is it? Where are we at? Main is actually not index.js. So main is going to be located under the lib folder, index.js. The module, the CSM module, is the same thing, lib/index.js. Now, depending what build tools you might use, this could be like an MJS file. right? And the types. So this is where people can find my typings when they use my library. It's going to be under lib source index.d.ts. Bam. And there you go. That is ready to go. I can go ahead and publish this now. I'm still curious why my test is failing me, which kind of sucks. I'm kind of upset about that. I wish it would just work. And like oh, no, is it running? No, it's just stuck. It's stuck at this explode geometries line here. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, okay, there you go. You're ready, you're set, you're good to go. The name of your package JSON will be the name of the NPM library that you publish. You just run Npm Publish. Of course, you have to be logged into Npm. You can look that up on Npm yourself, create an account if you don't have one, and you're good to go. You have to, set it up and stuff, but once you've done that, you can then publish. So this is how steps I go through if I'm writing a library to publish it to NPM. And I've published a few at this point, so I've kind of got some of it down. I've done it with Webpack. Rollup is a good one to do too. I think one of mine is just pure TypeScript, which again, this one could have been. I don't know why I use ES Build. I think when I was first doing this, I was building the API into my build, so I wanted to do splitting and minifying and all that stuff, which is what I think is why I was using ES Build. And then I realized I did not want to include the API into one external, and I just never removed it. So you can minify too. So if I do minify here, set to true, let's do a build again, and just see what the output looks like. You can see ES Build is really fast. I mean, the TypeScript declarations take longer than the actual build, right? If you notice that. So yeah, it's going to minify it for me too, which is nice. Yeah, so it makes it even smaller. So if someone wants to use this as a browser, I mean, they should be minifying it themselves, so you don't really need to. I think I do it in my published library, but you don't really need to do it that way. And I'll show you the library that I put up. So let's do this. Come on. GitHub, is GitHub going to work? Okay, here we go. So I'll show you the library that I've actually published that this is based on. Oops, here we go. All right, so my repositories, and it's called, where is it? I have so much stuff, man. Oh man, how many? I've got 220 repos. Explode, here it is. So here is my library, what we just covered. Of course, I did all in more detail. It does Polygon to polylines, polyline to points, multi-point to points. This is how you can use it in your app. My test works, so I don't know why this is giving me a hard time here. But when I ran it, everything worked fine. So I've got all of my tests in here working. And of course, I've got my code all working as well. So this is a good start. I mean, it's a good start. I mean, you'll have to do exactly what I did to get your NPM repo and package and everything up and going, but just kind of show you how I do it and give you an idea of how simple it can really be, right? I mean, I went through the whole process doing the linting and prettier and all that stuff. No one cares. You don't have to. It's more for you to feel good about yourself and make your code look nice, and you're just a happy dev at some point. Happy dev is a productive dev, right? So that's it. I just want to cover that tonight. So if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and leave them in the comments. You can hit me up on Twitter anytime. Lots of people do. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you want me to talk about next